Today is Wednesday, April 27th, and today was a continuation of my workout from 2 weeks ago. Not last week specifically because of the adjustments we had to make, like I mentioned in the Tuesday video. So that was power clean plus hang clean plus push jerk, and then some clean high pulls, some horizontal rows, and then some other accessories. Starting with these power cleans or this complex, I guess, because the actual lifts on the complex is a mouthful. This complex was solid. I went up 5 kilos from last week of 100 kilos to 105. And one thing I mentioned, so with the clean work, the power clean and the hang cleans, they're really solid. They were quite solid. Nothing too much to worry about there or assess there, because I think my technique there is pretty consistent and pretty solid, and is not the limiting factor here. I mentioned in previous videos, and I talked to Aaron about competing with the push jerk for the PWAs, and I said that after having done the push jerk for several weeks with weights lighter than what I'm working with right now, because it felt very good, and I felt like, technically speaking, like I was pretty good at them, and I felt quite comfortable with them. But I think I'm sort of reaching a weight in which it's starting to become pretty limiting with like the bar height requirement. I can still get myself under it. Like, I didn't fail any of these. I think it was a little bit sketchy on the second set in terms of like my elbows. But I feel as though I'm approaching the limit, at least as of right now, given just where I am currently at. That push jerk was solid. I think the second one is a little bit more sus. Also, I think actually, like I mentioned, that the power clean and hang cleans were solid, but I think the third set, my power clean and hang clean, was a little bit weird feeling and a little bit awkward. Definitely was not as good technically. But that one was a little bit sketchy. I had to sort of step out quite a bit to widen my base and not need to get as high. So maybe I'll learn how to make the correct adjustments based on the height, but ideally we have it consistent. But yeah, that power clean was a little not ideal. I had to step forward a little bit because I don't think I was pulling hard enough with my arms after extension. Yeah, I guess that push jerk was like not particularly, like, nothing particularly wrong with it or anything like that, but it just is starting to feel harder and harder. And I don't know how much confidence I have, honestly, for Friday, for when I bump up to 110, I believe. Yeah, 110. Not concerned about the clean at all, and I think, honestly, like, I realistically speaking, I think I will be able to, like, make all those jerks, but it's like, how much closer will I feel to the ceiling of pushing this push jerk? Is the question, I guess, and I'll find that out on Friday, I suppose. But anyways, moved on to clean high pulls. That first one, after that second rep, I was like, I took a little bit of time, and I did a weird thing where I raised my leg. Basically, the reason is because I started just bleeding all over the platform with my shins scraping up against the bar, and it sort of picking a scab off of the millions of scabs I have on my shin, which was a little bit distracting, but it was still fine. Although I think I could definitely be doing a better job of being more aggressive with this high pull. Like, I'm not really pulling like I'm about to clean it, like at the speed that would be required for me to clean it, because I'm just thinking about, okay, let's just go through this movement, which is definitely, admittedly, lazy of me. So I'll have to be better about that starting next week. Because although the complex will change and the week will change, I think I'll still have those high pulls. But yeah, so finished those up and then did these Pendlay rows. Pretty difficult, 80 kilos, 5 up from last week. And then overhead walks, and then that was the day.